Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me again this week for our barn break. In today's question, this time it comes from Leslie in Syracuse. And Leslie asks, I found out about you from a friend. And when I went on your website, your tagline says, when art and science meet to harness the ultimate connection. Can you explain that? Also, I am in New York now. Would you be able to work with me? Okay, Leslie, thank you so much for submitting your question. I chose this question because more or less many of the other submissions were similar in style, in the same category of, say, creating magic slash masterpiece and art. So I thought I'd pick this question that Leslie asks. And to answer the first part of Leslie's question, there is, in fact, a combination between the merging of art and science that does, in fact, lead to the ultimate connection, in my experience. Firstly, because with the science, there's the introduction of a logic. There has to be pulling in information, techniques, or method from somewhere. And so what I've done is spent the last 20 years of my experience in my life pulling those things together. I have a research background, and so the appreciation for logic and a system is key. In fact, part of the kind of precursor to the technique is, believe it or not, a philosophy. In fact, if you look at a doctoral degree, a diploma, it says Doctor of Philosophy in, and then underneath it, it will say something like the example I have, aerospace, medicine, engineering, or psychology, or history, or whatever it may be. But it's always, the heading is always Doctor of Philosophy. So that's where the science part of the method comes in. There has to be a bit of a philosophical underpinning that guides the method. So, for example, in my online course, the first step, step one of the Creating Magic series is, of course, a philosophical foundation. And then steps 2 and 3, those are guided by that philosophy. So, Leslie, to answer your question, that first part is the science, the logic, the philosophy, and kind of a stepwise system around creating the changes that we want with our horses. Number 2 is the art. When science and art meet, when art and science meet. So when we are in the animal world, which we oftentimes take ourselves out of because we are very polite and all the things we do as human beings to strip ourselves of that, in the animal world, you want to be able to access more parts of your brain, left and right. So if you're dominant in the left, do things that engage the right side of your brain, hence where the art comes from. So for me, one of the things in my journey that I've learned and seen in people and seen in myself is that by cultivating things that engage my right brain, things like music, things like art, doodling, handcrafting, things that engage the right side of my brain tend to make me an overall more available person, which means that my senses are also more engaged in general. So like little tentacles, I'm able to feel, see, hear, and sense things in a very animalistic way, simply by engaging and being aware of how my brain is being used through the day. So creating a masterpiece means you are also part of the creation. You are the artist. So what is the masterpiece? The masterpiece is in co-creating that relationship that creates the beauty in the movement, the beauty in the ride in general. So don't wait until you're on the horse to be an artist. Start cultivating those things off the horse. Some simple things you can do is start learning a different language. If you wanted to learn an instrument, start doing that. If you want to learn how to draw, paint, we oftentimes don't see those things as necessary, but they are. And why are they necessary? By engaging other parts of your brain, you're able to receive and intake in a lot more data. So with that, I just would like to invite you to the idea that through the day, see what you can do in terms of writing it with a different hand, or even brushing your horses. If you're at the barn and you notice that you're brushing a lot with the right hand, switch and use your left hand. Not only do you have the muscling issues by overusing one side, but also you start to engage other parts of your brain. It's that important. The combination of the science and the combination of the art is what creates the ultimate masterpiece that I talk about in my online course, Creating Magic. This is just a little bit, a tidbit of it. But I hope this answers your question, Leslie, that the combination of these two is key. Remember, creating the ultimate connection is not snake oil. It's not a mystery. There is a system around it. And it does mean the combination of engaging that artistic side of you. So don't wait. There's an artist in all of you. I know it. So I wanted to just show you this week what we're doing here on our end to continue engaging that right brain. I have a student of mine who, because of the quarantines, we're not able to meet for our practice. I play the piano, she plays the cello, and together we, co-creators, two humans, two mammals, trying to create a masterpiece. Now, for us, the masterpiece is not even the music. It's the fact that we wish to be together. We wish to create something together. The fact that we would wish that in itself is the masterpiece. Everything else is icing on the cake. So I hope you enjoy our Zoom, our efforts to meet despite the circumstances and continue to make magic and continue to create the ultimate connection and to create that masterpiece every day in and out of the barn. I hope this is useful for you. I hope you can join us in future barn breaks and submit your questions. Just email me. And we have information about my online course right below in case you want to learn more about that. So I hope to see you next week. It's perfect. We can give it a try, Karen.
Yeah, let's give it a try. We'll start from the beginning.
Okay, from the beginning.